Welcome back, episode 179 of the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk Bears football. Starting easy. This is the moment everyone's been waiting for. Everyone all offseason is dying to know, when the hell are we going to know New Jersey numbers? I got them for you, all right? Bears released the New Jersey numbers. New players, maybe some old players, maybe some change of the numbers. That's for you to decide. Kobe Bryant is not number 8 or 24. He's number 2. Ja'Day Walker switches from 20 to number 9. Devin Bush at 12. Khalif Raymond 14. Noah Sewell's 45. Jack Sanborn returns at 57. Bradbury at 67, Jarek Willis 71, and Gallimore, Street, and Lynch are all in the 90s, 90, 93, and 97. What do we think about these? Back in my day, wide receivers were only certain numbers. Now you can be whatever the hell you want. Khalif Raymond 14, whatever. I'm used to it now. Linebacker Devin Bush, 12. That's PU stinky poo-poo stuff. I like linebackers being in the 50s. I had 54, 55. Obviously, Singletary was 50. So the Bears got a lot of the 50s locked up. Jack Sanborn, 57. But Kobe Bryant at 2. I guess I didn't realize he was number 8 when he was in Seattle. 8 Kobe, maybe not the best one. Maybe go for like 24 Kobe. How about that? He didn't do anything. 8 Kobe was in Denver. He was in Colorado, wherever the hell that was, allegedly. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear the thunderstorm in the background. Unbelievable, by me at least, to be doing this through a storm, but let me know what you guys think of Kobe Bryant being number 2. Would it be a cool, hot ticket item if I was a 22-year-old who wore jerseys to parties that I called darties because they were during the day, you see? A party during the day is not a party, it's a darty. Sometimes you got to turn a darty into a narty, which is a night party. Anyway, I think 8 Kobe Bryant would have popped. That's Cairo. Cairo Santos is what's holding us back from the number 8 Kobe Bryant with a C jersey. So let me know what you guys think about any of that, or if you guys give a shit at all. Next up, Akeem Mesidor. We've talked about him a lot on this show, but recently I was just scrolling around and The Athletic was posted up a video here, and they were pretty much talking about how Akeem Mesidor could be like the steal of the draft, the pick of the draft that we talk about next season, where there's always a player that slips, but like Micah Parsons type. He was like the 15th pick. How does Micah Parsons drop to 15? That's something that he was good in college, so it's not like it. So anyway, basically, there are going to be players like that in every single draft. How did they drop to number 21? Kyle Hamilton type players. Akeem Mesidor might be that player for this draft. He is. We've talked about him on this show before, but the dude's a monster. Absolute monster. It's a situation that is kind of made for this specific Bears team. So edge rusher out of Miami, if you guys didn't know. He also plays on the inside a lot. They talk about this in this Athletic video, but the reason he is dropping is because he's 25 years old. So his depending on injuries, just pure math, his entire career might be his rookie contract. That's kind of a bummer. But if he was 22, he would be a top 5 pick Next Gen Stats had him at a 90 overall production score, third best edge in the draft, fifth best total score in the draft. 6'3", 259, explosive. He's a monster. He plays inside. He plays outside. He's good against the run. That's a guy that we need to fall to us. He's 25, so he's old. That's a situation that I think is perfect for the Bears. So does it seem like it's going to fall to 25? Thanks for asking. That's an unbelievable question that we can now transition into our next topic. Check that out. ESPN potential trade. Bears are trading up. After all of this, there's been so much talk about trading down. Well, the Jets have 2 first-rounders this year. They are at number 16, and apparently there is a rumor floating around that the Bears are considering a trade with the New York Jets to jump from 25 to 16. They are looking at pass rush. We talked about it. Akeem Mesidor might not fall to 25. Age may not be the reason or the secret ticket to get down there. The other name that was thrown out there is Keldrick Falk. He is an edge rusher out of Auburn. To be honest, I do not know much about him because I haven't heard anything about the Bears trading up. But Next Gen Stats has him at a 78 out of 100. That's the 6th best edge rank at the combine. He will become a good starter within 2 years, 6'6", 276. Coming out as a junior. So this dude seems like an absolute beast. If we were to trade up to this pick, I don't think there's an incorrect answer. So the other thing that the article mentions is it beyond filling a hole on the roster? Is the secondary effect of this trade the fact that we would trade ahead of the Lions, who are looking to add defensive help? You pay big money for somebody like Aiden Hutchinson, you will not be able to have the money to keep other people around him. So you got to draft. You kind of have to draft well on defense when you're paying big money to a guy like that. The Lions do that. Packers do that with Micah Parsons. There's a lot of teams that can do that and sustain a good, solid base around it with rookies. If the Lions are looking at a guy like Mesidor, like Falk, and there's only one available, and we are debating jumping, I think it'd be really cool to see the Bears regime actually do that. Because the Lions, obviously they're ahead of the Bears in the first round, but the Lions are picking at 17, and the Vikings are at 18. So us jumping up to 16 would be super interesting. It seems like it would kind of kill 3 birds with one stone, which is one of the most efficient and economical ways that I can think of killing birds. So something that I'm sure Ryan Poles will think about when he listens to this specific podcast and goes forward towards the draft. Now, the final story that we're covering today is a story that I honestly, it felt like a fever dream. I was not old enough to fully grasp what happened. But Dave McGinnis, this is back in 1999. After the 98 season, the Bears fire Dave Wannstedt as their head coach, and they are talking to Dave McGinnis, the former assistant coach for the Bears. They say, Dave, you're our guy. We want you to be our head coach. Let's do it. Things didn't work out. He did not become the head coach. And unfortunately, he has passed. He dies at age 74. R.I.P. Dave. So that's the whole story that I remember, right? I'm looking back at what happened while I was reading up on how he died and stuff. Because what I said was what I remember. I just remember something didn't work out and he didn't become the head coach. Now, I'm also bringing this up because I want any frustration, any I don't want Bears fans to ever think that one good season or two good seasons makes us a spoiled fan base where we can be spoiled. We can't. This was 1999, 26 years ago, 27 years ago. It's not that long ago. That's a lot of people lived when this happened. So this is how the Bears were, all right? They were going after Dave McGinnis, and fan favorite, apparently friends with the owners, with the McCaskies. Everything was looking like an absolutely great deal. They were flying him out to Chicago to finish the deal. And for whatever reason, everyone assumes that means it's a done deal. They're flying him out. So good old Mike McCaskey, Virginia's son, who did recently die, like 2020, I think he passed. But Mike McCaskey, former Bears president, sends out a memo that says Dave McGinnis is officially our new head coach, puts out a national press release announcing the hiring, and he schedules a 1 p.m. press conference to introduce him to the world. Now, this is just could have been avoided the whole time, right? Oh, man, I apologize. So the press conference comes at 1 o'clock. It's a disaster. McGinnis has already gotten to Chicago. Everyone's like, hey, congrats, coach. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Finally finds out that the Bears already told his boss, his family, and the media that he's already taken the job. He hasn't even talked about the job. He hasn't accepted it. He hasn't negotiated a salary. So he's doing all this without any acceptance already. He gets there. Apparently, his wife is just staying, sort of planning a little celebration party back at the hotel room. So, because they were fully expecting going to Chicago to accept it and get the deal. Anyway, by 3:30 p.m. kind of rolls around. 2.5 hours after the press conference was supposed to start. And a spokesperson comes out, says, sorry, we're not ready yet. While that's happening, the McCaskies and McGinnis are negotiating a contract. Apparently, they completely lowballed him over and over and over to a point where he just turns down the job, goes and gets his wife, and flies home. So it's I want to bring this up because I want to remind that's what the Bears were for a very long time. Hasn't been this big of a shit show, but we can't act like franchises like the Jets is some anomaly that we can't see coming. The Bears are so close to that. One good season does not change anything. That's the Bears that I know. R.I.P. Dave McGinnis. But if you didn't know that story, it's one hell of a story. So that's it. Thank you for listening to episode 179 of the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. We'll catch you guys in tomorrow's episode.